Hello, all Tower Media fans. This is Josh, one of your writers. Um, this is going to be one of my first of many video blogs that will cover any of our current projects, just general information that may need to get out there. Today, I'm actually going to be discussing our big project that we're pushing right now, Rizon Skies Over the Edge. A lot of what I'm going to cover in this, I've already covered in update videos, but those are mainly for our Kickstarter project. If you haven't gone to Kickstarter yet, you need to go there, donate, even if it's just $1. Anything helps us out. But look at the rewards. There's some really cool stuff over there. You can get anywhere from free games all the way up to artwork from the from our artists. So go check it out. Kickstarter.com. Search Rizon Skies. You'll find it. Okay, beyond that, what is Rizon Skies Over the Edge? Well, simply put, it's a airship RPG, steampunk style, sandbox open world. More detailedly put, it's going to have multiple quest lines. Not a very linear story, but there'll be a major happening that will serve as, I guess, your main quest line. But it depends on what side of the story that you're on. Basically, the Emperor decides to ground all flight traffic unless you're in service to him, and a part of the militia, government, whatever, however we spin that. We haven't worked out the details yet, but you have to basically have a special flight license in order to even fly, and then you're under his rule of doing as he pleases. Then obviously there arises a rebellion. I'm just kind of breaking it down in a very rough fashion, but that's your kind of main plot point. There's going to be plenty of side quests to do, and the world is just massive. Massive world, which is going to be fun and allow us to do huge things. You get far enough away from Aberith, well, the whole plot line may not exist even in that area. We may have a completely new plot line, which may serve as an expansion type deal. Eventually, you'll move out of the airships. You'll be able to disembark your airship with some of your crew and battle on the ground. Your crew, speaking of, you'll be able to use them to modify your airship. In addition to the parts that you can use to modify, which I'll cover here in just a minute, your crew members will also give you bonuses. For example, if you have a first mate, if you disembark your airship, your first mate will actually be able to bring your airship to you as opposed to having to walk back to it. If you have a mechanic, repairs go faster. If you have a cannoneer or a gunsmith, you might get longer range out of your cannons. You might have an extra cannon slot on your ship that normally wouldn't be there, etc., depending on the different crew members that we include. Some of the Kickstarter, this is something that I'm going to be talking with Derek about, is some of the Kickstarter donators may actually receive a special crew member just for donating. Maybe we'll make it some sort of like an accountant or something to have them incur interest in the game. So that's just one thought that we're working on. Back to the airship. It's going to be socketed almost like when you play an RPG game where you can put on your helmet, your sword, your various items, your shoulder pads. You're going to have that on your airship as well. And I assume your other vehicles will also have that, like your water ship and eventually a submarine and so forth. The amount of sockets will vary depending on the size ship and style ship that you have. So one of your basic airships may only have 3 cannon ports, but if you get a massive fleet ship, you might have 15 cannon ports. It's hard to say at this stage in the development how big we're going to go, but we would like to have a large variety of ships, and especially large ships for those who donate the time into playing, spending money on upgrading their ships. We'll have different styles of propulsion. You have your air balloons, your turbines, we're going to have lots of different elements. And this is going to be steampunk, so there's going to be a lot of steampunk elements involved as well. Not only in the design, but in how things work. So that'll all be addressed later as we do more updates. But again, just kind of trying to gloss over the more important aspects, try to wrap up some of the stuff that I've discussed before. Trying to think of anything else I'd like to hit you guys up with. It's just a lot of stuff already that we've discussed, Derek and I, and some things that we spitballed back and forth. We're very excited. We know that you guys are excited about this, and we want to keep that excitement going. So keep on the lookout here on the Facebook page, and we eventually have a website going up. But keep on the lookout for some really awesome things to come. Even just some fun viral stuff that we plan on shooting your guys' way to help to promote the game. So if you have any questions at all, feel free to comment on this video, comment on our Facebook page, which will be in the links here on the YouTube page, and come over to the Facebook page and like us, follow the updates, and if we're still within the Kickstarter frame, you definitely want to go hit that up, because there's some really neat rewards there. If you have any questions, hit us up. I'm Josh, otherwise known as Solaris Deverak, or you can hit up Derek, otherwise known as Kato. So if you see any of those names, hit us up. Thank you much.